Hi guys, my name is George from Hunter Prestige. When you think of Land Rover, the first thing that comes to mind is the iconic Defender. And in this video, we're going to give you a brief overview of Land Rover's history and how we got to the L663 we know and love today. The Land Rover and the first model was released in 1948, just shortly after World War II, and the first model was actually a Series 1 Land Rover, which was showcased at the Amsterdam show in April. Now this model wasn't technically named the Defender, it was actually named the Series 1. It had a 1.6 litre petrol engine that actually came from a P3 Rover and had a whopping 50 brake horsepower. And after the first 8,000 had been built, the Army put in their order for the first bunch. While selectable, the 2-wheel and 4-wheel drive was available after 1951. In 1952, the engine was actually increased to 52 brake horsepower with a 2-litre engine for the long wheelbase. On the first edition Series 1 Land Rovers, the options were so basic, it was actually an option to have a full door or a half door, and also the option to actually have a roof. An interesting fact for a lot of people is actually the original colour, which we all know and love as the Huey, was actually chosen due to the fact of the time of the war, and the only paint available was actually the green. The second iteration of a Land Rover came as the Series 2, which was actually released shortly after the Series 1 in 1958. The Series 2 is perhaps the most recognisable silhouette of the Defender that we know and love today, with the silhouette being clearly visible in all Defenders that we see and even in the new design. It featured a lightly updated body and had a 2.25 litre engine. A facelift model actually was released shortly after in 1961, known as the Series 2A. This brought a new 62 brake horsepower engine and was actually a 2.3 diesel engine option. In 1966, 500,000 Land Rovers had been produced. Series 3 Land Rover actually followed quicker than the Series 2 and actually came out in 1971. With updates featuring a full width dashboard, heater was finally available as an option, and flattened door hinges. Just 5 years after, 1 million Land Rovers had rolled off the production line. 3 years later on, in 1979, the Series 3 Land Rover was now available in a 3.5 V8 and it had a permanent 4-wheel drive. To accommodate the V8, the Land Rover Series 3 lost its iconic insert nose. In 1983, the 109 Series 3 was replaced with a 110 wheelbase in March. 1 year after, in 1984, the Coil Spring 90 Land Rover was released. It actually had more of a 93-inch wheelbase than 90, and it had a 4-cylinder engine. In 1990, the Series 3 had some modernisation with the release of the new 90 short wheelbase, the 110 standard wheelbase, and the 130 long wheelbase. A new diesel engine was offered. Gradually, more creature comforts were added to the vehicles and different special editions were introduced, all of which were more lifestyle models than workhorses. And in December 1998, the 122 brake horsepower 5-cylinder TD5 became the standard engine in Defenders. The Land Rover Defender was then offered with a 2.2 and a 2.4 Ford diesel engine. This engine was a 4-cylinder turbocharged diesel engine which was introduced with Ford in 2006. The first generation Defender was produced over the concession of 26 years, which is a very long lifespan for any vehicle. With a fan base calling for a new reimagining Defender of such a well-loved vehicle, Land Rover hardly had a choice of deciding whether to produce a new Defender. Rumours started shortly after the last original Defender rolled off the production line on Sohill in 2016. But the new Defender wouldn't be formally introduced until 2019. Revitalising the 2019 Defender with models such as the 90, the 110 and recently the 130, the new Defender was everything that the fans could hope for. Modern and stylish with impressive off-road capabilities, as they always have been, with a look that was unmistakably a Defender. The new Defender L663 has proven to be a massive hit all over the world with customizable options of parts and accessories. This Defender will definitely be a customizable car for the next 26 years. That's the end of today's video of Hunters Gathering, as we've got a vehicle in that needs some work. My name's George, and don't forget to like, subscribe and press that bell notification to stay up to date with any videos that we bring out with new content. See you next time.